What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Marvell technology, ticker symbol MRVL. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So let's see what's going on the chart. Well, let's just take a bird's eye view, zoom out, and you can see that price has been trending up for a while, and then all of a sudden it started getting more volatile. Just recently we saw a very large drop down, followed by looks like a bear flag pattern. You can see that we have the pole right here, and then we have the flag. Typically this breaks out with the prevailing trend, which is down, which is exactly what we've been seeing right now. The only thing that would invalidate the bear flag is we can see continued momentum to the upside, or a breakout that's lacking conviction that can also fail the flag as well. But in this case, it looks like it does want to continue dropping down lower. So let's analyze what's been going on more recently. Well, we had a huge drop down lower. So let's see if we can draw a trend line for that drop, something like this. It was a huge drop down lower, and then we went in a bullish channel, as you can see here. Something like that. That fits pretty good, right about there. So we broke it with conviction. Looks like we broke the channel right over here. We got touch here, 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 and then breakout, retest, was unable to reclaim the trend channel, and then failed to make a new high, basically sold off lower. There was some resistance right in this zone right here. So basically this level of 79 is a selling zone. So that's where you see aggressive sellers enter the market and buyers start to exit. $79. Huge drop down lower. That is 2 legs down, it looks like. Let's go and measure that right now. 1 leg down right here. Second leg down, basically stop right near that measure move target. So, like I said before, it's not guaranteed we do anything. Just because it looks like a bear flag and most likely we continue lower doesn't mean we have to. This is also a pull right here, and this all could all just be a correction for another leg up higher as well. But with what I'm seeing on the chart, that breakdown, that gap down, prevailing trend down, I'd say is more likely than not to continue trending out lower. You can draw a trend line across these highs right here. That's basically 3 touches. We got the initial starting point, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, lower high, lower high, lower high. And then we broke down lower. So as right now, I'd say it's picking up momentum towards the downside. Probably going to come back to that major support right about here. That was a strong bottom back here in October of 2023. It led to this massive rally. That was a strong bottom in April of this year. Led to a decent sized pullback and filled in the gap right here as well. There's a gap that was filled. Once that gap was filled, see that price started selling off lower. So there was a huge gap right here. Price slowly came back up, filling the gap completely, and now it's starting to roll back down to the lower price levels. So as right now, I'd say when you look at a chart, it's telling you what the market participants are doing, and you have to use your best judgment to figure out what they're doing. Well, it looks like, there was a massive drop followed by a pullback, and it looks like it's trying to continue down lower some more. If the bulls were strong, I don't think we would have seen like a huge break of this channel, because now let's say we start a new one. Well, that's a pretty, slanted looking channel. It's weak. The more slanted things are, the less strong it is, right? If it's more steeper, it's more strong. The more shallower, the weaker it is. So it does look like we're starting to see a breakdown lower. The starting point was back over here. They used that earnings report to drop down the price. So as right now, it looks like I'd be expecting to this level, $47. That is the next logical level for this breakdown right here in this $47 level, this target zone. And then we'll see what happens from there. Is it going to go down to the next level, which would be right here, another strong support level, 36. So you have to just watch the trend lines, right? The trend lines are pretty much your invalidation levels. If we're still below this trend line, you can extrapolate it all the way to like, $0. So as long as we're still below this trend line, then it's still technically bearish. Sometimes, obviously, there's exceptions to the rules, meaning like, for example, if we see an overextension, sometimes that can mark the bottom, and a lot of times it can break the trend line. But typically, if we're still below the trend line, we're still trending down lower. So as right now, we can see a technical bounce because we're at the measurement target. We had a gap down. I'm not expecting a reversal from here. I think that would be pretty shocking. I think more likely than not, either we do see a bounce or not. It doesn't matter. Most likely, we'll probably still see lower prices towards $47 and potentially even lower from there. So as right now, it doesn't look that good for the bulls. Trend line right here as well. So yeah, we have a trend line right here. Starting point connected this swing. We bounced right here. Also could be coming back lower. So I would say lower prices as of right now. Looking at the weekly chart, it's probably a little bit easier to analyze the weekly chart because it's a summarized viewpoint. And you can see that, we had a pretty large sell-off this week. And it's picking up bearish momentum. Looks like it's trying to wipe out this entire up move. This up move started here, went all the way up, failed to make a new high, and then we're coming right back to basically where it started, $47. So that's what it looks like the chart is telling me the price is trying to do. Basically have a large drop down. So I'm looking for $47. If it doesn't stop there, the next level would be 36. And then you just go low and lower as the trend is still valid. As long as the trend is still valid, then you look for lower prices. If the trend is starting to lose steam or it starts invalidating the trend lines to the upside, then you can look for bullish targets. But until then, most likely this trend will continue working its way lower. Things can change, and you have to be open to the changes. You have to be dynamic. The market is always changing. Strong beliefs, loosely held, is the motto. So just because I'm strongly believing it can continue moving down, if it invalidates a certain level, or all of a sudden we start seeing strong buying develop, then hey, you can just throw it out the window and expect higher prices. But until then, this looks like it wants to trend down lower. So all that for MRVL on the daily and weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.